$100 million in pipeline generated for our clients using the exact cold email system I'm about to show you. Now I'm going to show you the entire cold email system we use to land high-ticket B2B clients on autopilot, just by sending a few emails that you can copy yourself. Look, I'm not here to sell you on some courses on cold email. I run a go-to-market agency called Oneaway, and we've spent the last 2 years doing one thing: helping B2B SaaS companies book 3 to 8 qualified meetings per month through cold email. We've now generated over $100 million in ACV, and we've even helped YC companies start up, raise funding, and we've helped companies go from 0 outbound to 150K months. In the system I'm about to walk you through, this is the exact system we charge 6 to 10K per month to implement for clients. And I'm gonna give it away to you for free in the next 15 minutes. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 7 steps we use to turn cold leads into closed deals. And if you actually implement this, you'll never struggle with pipeline again. Here's what we're covering: ICP definition, who you should target; lead list building, where to find your leads; infrastructure setup, how to send emails at scale without getting blocked; email copy framework, what to say in your email; and then the launch, how to send at scale; even reply handling, how to convert interested leads and reply to them within 5 minutes; and of course, optimization, how you can improve over time. Most agencies overcomplicate this. We don't. So let's break it down. Step 1, define your ICP so specifically that you can visualize their face. Here's a list of questions we ask every single one of our clients. What revenue range are they doing? How many employees do they have? What tech stack are they using? What's their funding stage? What problem are they actually trying to solve? And whatever you answer to that, we're gonna ask you to dig even deeper. So most people, they'll say, our ICP are B2B SaaS companies. That's not an ICP, that's a market. An ICP is B2B SaaS companies doing 1 to 10 million ARR with 10 to 50 employees using HubSpot that raised a Series A in the last 12 months and are actively hiring for sales roles. You see the difference? The more specific you get, the better your emails perform, period. Step 2, build your lead list using Clay. This is where 99% of agencies fail. They use one data source. They go to Apollo or Zoom Info, and they pay way more than they should for just 40% email coverage. We use Clay to waterfall through dozens of different data providers. Here's how it works. Clay will try provider A. If provider A doesn't find the email, it then tries provider B. If provider B doesn't find the email, it tries provider C. This gets us to 70 to 80% coverage instead of just a measly 40%. We like to use Prospeo first, then Lead Magic, then Wizza. Once we see which provider has the best coverage for our ICP, we plug in the API key that we have with them, and then we cut our Clay's cost by a ton. Then we validate every single email. We don't make any exceptions here. Bounces will kill your sender reputation faster than anything else. This step alone is why our campaigns work and yours probably don't. Data quality is everything, and I'm telling you, from running this agency for almost 4 years now, whenever I audit a potential client, this is usually why their email campaigns are not performing. Okay, now step 3, set up a bulletproof infrastructure. Here's what you need to do. You need to buy at least 10 domains to get started, similar to the main domain you have. So for example, for us, my main company is oneaway.io, so we would buy oneaway.co, oneaway.email, oneaway.org, etc. Then you would need to set up 3 inboxes per domain. That would put you at 30 total sending inboxes. Now, it's really important for you to configure your SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records for every single one of these, but luckily for you, there are a ton of companies out there that do this automatically for you. The providers that we like to recommend are Inboxology, A to Z, Scaled Mail, and Zapmail. All of these do an incredible job. They help you land in the inbox, and they set all of your DNS records for you automatically. After you've done that, you want to then make sure that those inboxes are getting warmed up in a warm-up pool. We recommend instantly to do this. And we recommend at the bare minimum for you to do this for 2 weeks. That means for a 2-week period, you are not sending cold emails, you just have them simply in a warm-up pool. To give you the elevator pitch, is essentially a pool that gathers a bunch of different inboxes and allows them to communicate with each other, so it can signal to Google or to Outlook that these inboxes are trustworthy and they're active. Because think about it this way, if you make an email account today, and then tomorrow you start sending sales messages, do you really think a multi-trillion-dollar company like Google and Microsoft is not going to pick up on that? So this is our way of protecting your infrastructure and scaling your infrastructure horizontally so you can scale your outbound vertically. For the love of God, do not send cold emails from your main domain. This is probably the second biggest red flag I see when I'm auditing people's cold email workflows. Now, once your inboxes are warmed up, each inbox should be sending a maximum of 10 to 15 emails per day. So that would put you at 300 to 450 emails per day across 30 inboxes, which you can scale to 9,000 to 13.5K emails per month. If you skip the infrastructure, your emails will go to spam. If your emails go to spam, you get 0 replies. If you get 0 replies, you make no money. So please don't skip this. I know this is the boring stuff, but if you don't want to do it, just reach out to us. We'll do it for you. Okay, step 4, write copy that doesn't sound like AI slob. Here's what not to do. I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to reach out because I noticed. Delete. That's AI slop and everyone knows it. And the first line is so important to get right because that line is going to show up in their preview section. So spend a lot of time on this. Your line 1 should be a personalized observation, 10 words max. Your line 2 should be why it matters to them, a pain point, or better yet, ask a question about their pain point. Line 3, elevator pitch. Tell them what you do. 1 sentence, no jargon. Line 4, gain their trust. Give them social proof, client results, metrics, case study, whatever it is. And line 5, a low friction CTA. Do you have any questions? Do you want to see this resource? Or if you even have a killer offer, I will allow you to ask for a meeting, but usually I would highly recommend against it. Let's look at an example. Saw you're using Intercom, but no chatbot on the pricing page. Most SaaS companies lose 40% of qualified leads there. We build AI chatbots that convert traffic into booked demos. We helped Apple book 47 demos in 30 days from their pricing page. Is this worth a 15-minute chat? 5 lines. No fluff, personalized, falsifiable proof, clear CTA, that's the formula, that's it. Stop overcomplicating it. You don't need to mention that you know their shoe size because you did extensive research about that. They don't care, no one cares. Now look, I want to mention I have an entire video dedicated just to cold email copywriting. It's called How to Write Cold Emails, and I break down the psychology, the structure, and I even show you real examples that generated over $1 million in pipeline. If you want to see it, I'm going to link it down in the description below. If you want to master this step, you have to watch that video. Okay, now step 5, launch the campaign with follow-ups. Most people send a long drip sequence of cold emails, and that's why they either end up in spam or people just reply to them in a really negative tone. We don't do that. We believe in 2 to 3 touch points max because most successful emails are either email 1 or email 2. We do sometimes email 3, but for the most part, 2 touch points. That's it. Email 1 on Monday, email 2 on Wednesday, email 3 on Friday, done. In some cases, our reply rate can be at 5%, 6%, whereas everyone else is struggling to even hit 1%. But okay, Xavier, is that really it? That's all the touch points you need to get someone to book a meeting? No. Here's what we do differently that I haven't seen a lot of agencies implement. Step 6, how to auto reply to leads within 5 minutes. Now, I'm very proud of this system that I built. We built it inside of Clay. It's an auto reply system that first categorizes every response. So an interested lead, yes, that is a category, but within the interested lead, there are more categories, right? So if I'm interested, what we found out, it can either usually mean a couple of things. The best case scenario is book a meeting. The sentiment is very clear. Let's book a meeting. This is the best case scenario. The second one doesn't happen often, but sometimes does happen. It says, what is your pricing? So they're interested, but they have a pricing objection, which is completely fair. But the third one, this is the one that happens the most often, and this is the one that we optimize for. This is the essentially information request, but to be more specific, it's the lead asking to see the lead magnet that you gave away. So in the cold email copywriting masterclass, for the lack of a better term, which again, please watch that video, you'll see that I mentioned most successful cold emails are usually written where you're giving something away for free. Because the person you're reaching out to has no idea who you are. You want to earn their trust, so you want to give something away for free. So if I know what that thing is I'm giving away, I can automate that follow-up. But we can even do more, and that's what I want to show you very quickly in this video. All right, so this is the reply system that we built for us, and we're now also doing it for our clients. Okay, so this is the reply system that we built. So the way that this works is actually really cool. Here, when we get, this is where you're looking at as a clay table, when we get an interested lead, we get notified via a webhook. So we get notified essentially whenever the thing happens, which in this case, the thing is when someone replies. Then we're analyzing the response. So as you can see, it's either a lead magnet label or response. It's either a book meeting response or it's a human loop response. So a human loop is if AI cannot handle it and we need a human step in, which happens. Then what we do is we draft the reply. I use Gemini. I really like Gemini. And the reason why it looks like this is because we're doing it in HTML format, because then it just looks cleaner. Then we're using Instantly as our email sending platform. So the first step is we're finding the Instantly thread. If you need, by the way, a breakdown on how to do this, like leave a comment down below. I also have a video where I go into this a bit more depth, but I think this merits probably a video update because we changed a couple of things, but let me know regardless. Then when we find the actual thread, what we're doing is we're replying to it. So we're using the unique ID that we found of the thread, and then we're replying to the lead. And this guarantees a reply within 5 minutes. So let me show you, just so you can see this is real. I'm gonna show you a couple of examples. Okay, so in this example, we sent 1 email, 2 email, and then boom, Adam replies, awesome. But he replies at 9:31 p.m. and we automated that reply within 1 minute. So that's the big obsession we have at our agency right now, is speed to lead and conversions. And this helps with conversions quite a lot. In addition to the clay table here, I just want to show you is what we've done. We now add phone numbers when an interested lead comes in. This way, we recently hired an appointment setter so they can reach out to them. And then we also automate, let me find it, here, LinkedIn. So we use HeyReach. So we automate sending them a connection request. So imagine now you're getting an email from me, you are interested, so you reply, and then within like 5 minutes, you're getting a follow-up from me, giving you what you're asking for, and you're also seeing my name on LinkedIn because I sent you a connection request. However, I know what you're thinking, and I really hope you're still watching because you're like, Xavier, you can do this with a subsequence. I know, but the workflow doesn't end here. Let me just show you. The link that we're sending isn't a regular link. We're sending a send.co link. So why is this really useful? Because if you go on making a new link in send.co, what you can do, let me just say oneaway.io, whatever, okay? You can input any link, by the way. Now you can do 2 things that I think are super, super powerful. You can first gatekeep it. So you can add, like if you're doing a marketing campaign, this is good. But what if I want to be able to know who clicked on it without having them to input this? Well, what's cool is you have this personalized links that you can build inside of Clay. So basically all I have to do is change, you see here the name. In Clay, I can make custom links and send them out, where I can change the name to the name and the email to the email because I already have it. So then when I send the link, we can actually track that information. Let me show you. So let's have a look here. I can see how much time the lead spent on the lead magnet that I sent. I can see when they were last seen. And then if they even forwarded to other people in the company, I can see that as well. This is insanely powerful because it's giving your sales reps the knowledge and information on, hey, you should probably put most of your focus on these leads because not only did they reply that they're interested, they have also shown you that they're interested by engaging with the source that you sent over to them. But what's also really cool about send.co is that they added a webhook function. So in Clay, we've done this so that whenever a lead engages with our lead magnets, we will find out. We will see, and then we will be able to add additional steps. So this workflow right now is very human manual made, as in we get notified automatically, we update the information in our CRM, and we have our rep reach out to them. But we're looking to even automate that by adding them into a drip sequence, but more on that later. But this is how we separate ourselves from other people, is that we don't just generate top of funnel. We're looking at how can we optimize for what happens afterwards, and also how can we tell you which of the leads that reply to you are more likely to convert. I decided to spend more time on this step in this video because this is where most people drop the ball. You can have perfect emails, but if you're slow to respond, or you don't follow up, you will lose deals. At our agency, my non-negotiable is at least 10 follow-ups within a 20-day window. And unfortunately, I notice a lot of clients, usually the unhappy ones, are unhappy, but then when I go to audit their CRM, when I go to audit their follow-ups, again, it's either non-existent or extremely slow. Step 7, optimize based on data, not feelings. Every week, we track reply rates, positive reply rates, meeting booked rates, and we keep adding new things like a heat map so we can see when leads are most engaged with your emails. And we're even now seeing a job distribution and team size data that we're representing in a pie chart, so you can see what is exactly the ICP that is resonating with your emails the most. Like let's say if you're targeting enterprise companies, you really only need 1 or 2 good leads per month to make millions of dollars. There are $500,000 plus deals, a 1% positive reply rate on 1,000 contacts. That's 10 leads. If 2 of those close, that's $1 million. But if you're targeting SMBs with 10 to 50K deal sizes, you need volume. You need 10 to 20 positive replies per month so you can hit your quota. So your benchmarks will look a little bit different. Here are general benchmarks for successful campaigns. If you're in the SMB space, we want to aim for 3 to 5% reply rate, 1 to 2% positive reply rate, 20 to 30% of positive replies go to booked meetings. If you're in the enterprise space, you want 1 to 3% reply rate, 0.5 to 1% positive reply rate, 30 to 50% of positive replies book meetings, because each lead is often a lot more qualified. And you also have to keep in mind that if replies are low, you want to test your copy or CTA. And if positive replies are low, you want to refine your ICP or improve offer positioning if meetings are low. It's also probably important for you to make sure that your reply handling speed is good and you're leveraging an omni-channel approach. We personally optimize for every 2 weeks. Small tweaks compound. A 1% improvement in reply rate can be 10 extra meetings per month at scale. So here's what this system delivers when you execute it correctly. One of our clients doubled their meetings booked while cutting manual work in half. Another client got 6 meetings in the first 2 days with 100K plus pipeline in 30 days. 3 YC startups raised over 2 million using our cold email to prove product market fit. And these are real results, real clients, real money. You can go on our website so you can see 10 video case studies so you can see how it worked for them. This system works, but only if you actually implement it. All right. Here's the deal. If you want our help implementing this exact system, lead list, infrastructure, copy, launch, reply handling, optimization, here's what to do. Option 1, you can book a free strategy call at oneaway.io. We'll review your current outbound motion and show you exactly where you're leaving money on the table. Option 2, you can check out our case studies. So again, if you go on oneaway.io to case studies, you can see how we've helped 10 plus B2B companies scale with the system. Option 3, if you want to do this yourself, use my Clay affiliate link in the description. You'll get 3,000 free credits when you upgrade. That's $150 worth of enrichments to get started. And you can watch either my tutorials or other tutorials so you can get started. But you should know that on average, our clients book 3 to 8 qualified meetings per month. Some do 15 to 20. It depends on the ICP and your offer and how well your team executes with the follow-ups. But here's the truth. Most of you won't do this. You'll watch this video, think that's cool, and get back to posting on LinkedIn hoping for inbound leads. The ones who actually implement this, you'll have more pipeline than you know what to do with in 90 days, and you'll have a system that actually scales. So if you're serious about scaling your outbound, let's work together. Links are in the description. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.